Ever wondered why English can be such a complex language? It's a melting pot of words and phrases, borrowed, adapted, and evolved from countless cultures over centuries. This linguistic diversity is what makes it fascinating. Today we're going to delve into 8 particularly intriguing words, each with their own unique charm and complexity. We'll uncover their meanings, origins, and how they add flavor to our everyday conversations. Ready to dive into the world of words? Let's start with the first one, apportioning. Apportioning, ever heard of it? It's a posh way of saying dividing, but it's more than just sharing. It's about dividing something into specific parts, often in a careful, thought-out manner. Think of a pie, each slice apportioned to different people, each piece reflecting a portion determined by a particular rule or plan. For example, the teacher apportioned the assignments among the students. That's apportioning for you. Next, we have oxymoronic. Oxymoronic. Sounds complex, doesn't it? It's a term that captures the curious charm of contradictions. Derived from oxymoron, a Greek word meaning sharp dullness, it refers to a figure of speech where two opposing ideas are fused together. Think deafening silence or bittersweet. The beauty of oxymoronic is how it elegantly encapsulates conflicting elements, creating a paradoxical harmony. It's a delightful twist of language, demonstrating that opposites can indeed coexist. That was oxymoronic. Up next, wrangling. Wrangling, a tug of words? Indeed it is. Wrangling refers to a long, complicated dispute or argument. It's like a verbal wrestling match where words and ideas grapple, striving for supremacy. For instance, you might hear it used like this: the politicians spent the entire session wrangling over the new legislation. It's not just a disagreement, but a drawn-out back-and-forth debate. So, when you're caught in a wrangle, you're deeply involved in a complex discussion or argument. So, that's wrangling. Moving on to articulated. Articulated sounds sophisticated, right? This word is all about expressing ourselves with clarity and precision. It's what you do when you carefully shape your words to convey your thoughts as accurately as possible. Picture a lawyer laying out a case, a teacher explaining a complex concept, or a poet weaving intricate imagery. Each of these examples illustrate the power of being articulated. So the next time you want to express something clearly, remember to articulate. That was articulated. Next in line, unabated. Unabated. An unstoppable force, you ask? Well, indeed it is. When something continues unabated, it maintains its force or intensity without any hindrance. Imagine a river flowing with full vigor, its waters rushing unabated. Or consider a debate where arguments fly back and forth, the passion in the room unabated. It's about a momentum that doesn't falter, a persistence that doesn't wane. So the next time you encounter an unyielding situation or emotion, you'll know it's unabated. That's unabated for you. Let's move to eschew. Eschew. Ever used this one? A gem in the English language, eschew is a verb meaning to deliberately avoid or abstain from something. It's often used to describe steering clear of habits or actions that are not beneficial or desirable. Picture this. If you're eschewing junk food, you're consciously deciding to give it a miss. Or perhaps you eschew the hustle and bustle of city life for the tranquility of the countryside. That was eschew. Next, we have reckoning. Reckoning. A moment of truth. Indeed it is. The term reckoning refers to a moment of sudden realization or judgment. It's that instance when the chips are down and the truth stands bare. Picture this. You've been burning the candle at both ends, and the day of reckoning is when you finally face the consequences. Or, when a long-standing dispute reaches its reckoning, the truth emerges, settling all scores. That's reckoning for you. Finally, we have paradox. Paradox, a contradictory coexistence. Let's unravel this. A paradox is a statement that may seem absurd or contradictory, but upon closer inspection could hold some truth. It's like saying, less is more. Sounds contradictory, right? But it suggests that simplicity can lead to greater value. Another example? The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. Paradoxes challenge our thinking, provoking us to examine things from different angles. That's paradox for you, and that concludes our word exploration for today. Quite a journey through the English language, wasn't it? We've explored apportioning, the act of sharing out, oxymoronic, a fascinating fusion of opposites, wrangling, the verbal tug of war, articulated, the clarity and expression, unabated, the relentless force, eschew, the conscious avoidance, Reckoning, our moment of truth and paradox, the contradictory coexistence. Each word, a unique facet of communication. Remember, language is a tool. The better you know it, the more effectively you can use it. Until next time, keep exploring.